Hey y'all, it's me, Edie Hill 1988, and welcome to Pregnancy Week 18. I am 18 weeks and 4 days pregnant. Let's see, Tuesday. Yes, I'm 18 weeks and 4 days pregnant. I'm tired. That's the first thing. I guess I'll just go ahead and jump in the sentence, or go through the sentence. I have a ton of stuff written down. So, let's see. I'm exhausted. But I've pretty much been exhausted this entire pregnancy, so what else is new? Frequent urination, that actually started week 17, and I forgot to mention it. Or did I even do a week 17? I think I did. But I'm definitely having the frequent urination where I'm just urinating all the time, all day long. And I'm also drinking a lot of water, so I'm sure that's what it is. But the baby is getting pretty big in size, so that's definitely a factor. Tons of movement. This baby is moving around like crazy. I had a anterior placenta with Carson, so I didn't feel her move around as much. It's pretty much like her kicking a pillow is what is what the midwife had told me, because I would get so worried because I wouldn't hardly feel her. But obviously she's fine, but I didn't really feel her movements a lot with Canes. I remember he moved a ton, but that was 3+ years ago. So I forgot what it was like to feel so much movement and really to feel it so early, because I'm pretty sure I felt this baby kick around 16 weeks. And it's been moving nonstop. And sometimes I forget that I'm pregnant until the baby kicks. I'm like, oh my God, there's really a baby in there. So it's really cool. Like I said, tons and tons and tons of movement. I am having insomnia also. That started maybe the day before I hit 18 weeks. So that started like maybe Thursday. The insomnia, and it's like touch and go. It's not all the time, which is really good, because with 2 small children, I cannot afford to, be an insomniac and be staying up all night. Last night I went to bed around like 11. The night before that was like 2 or 3. So like I said, it varies. It's not consistent yet, thank goodness. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I'm finally, my allergies, that's another thing. My allergies this time around, like I haven't had bad allergies since probably 2007, 8, something like that, I don't know. But my allergies with this pregnancy are just ridiculous. I mean, I just can't seem to kick whatever's in the air. So anyway, I have no taste for sweets. Like anything sweet is just gross to me. No cake, no cookies, no nothing. And John, when I'm pregnant, he loves sweets. And that's whether I'm having a boy or a girl. So I know a lot of people want to say, oh, if you're craving sweets, it's a girl. But I'm normally that same way with Carson. I was that way with Carson and Kane. And I'm also craving sandwiches, which I also did with Kane and Carson's pregnancies. I'm craving just, what's the place I love to go now? I'll go to, I'll do like Jimmy John's. I crave that a lot with Kane and Carson's pregnancies. But with this one, I'm craving Jersey Mike's subs. And they just taste so good. So I'm eating a lot of Jersey Mike's. And May 2nd, y'all, I'm just going straight down the list, so they're probably going to be scattered. But May 2nd, which is this coming Thursday, is our anatomy scan. And no, we're not finding out the sex of the baby. We're just going to go make sure everything is okay. Normally at the anatomy scan, you can opt to find out the sex of the baby, and of course we're not. So I even told John, I was like, when we go in there, I'm not even going to look at the screen until they say it's okay to look, because I just have a feeling that we're going to go in there, and as soon as they put the like the ultrasound probe or whatever on my belly, then we're going to see a penis or vagina. So I'm just like, I really don't want to know. And this thing too, like, I keep going back and forth. Of course, we're not going to find out the sex of the baby, but some days I feel really anxious. I'm like, oh, I wonder what I'm having. The other days I'm like, oh, whatever, I don't care. And this week is what I don't care what day is week. So this anatomy scan will be our last time to, our final chance to say, okay, we're not going to find out what the baby is. So I'm pretty sure we'll stick to our guns. And definitely, since John's going to be there, then we're not going to find out the sex. And we're thinking about doing a 3D, 4D ultrasound, but I don't know if we will do that. So this may be the last time we see baby number 3 until it's born. So we didn't get one done with Carson, and because with Kane, I think we got our last ultrasound with him through the OB at like 36 weeks. So he was, I was pretty far along. And with Carson, our anatomy scan was at 19 weeks, and we didn't see her again until she was born. So, but of course we knew it was a girl. But this time, I'm pretty sure we're not going to find out the sex. Not pretty sure, we're not going to find out the sex. And I don't have that urge to. Like, if my anatomy scan had been last week, then I probably would want to find out the sex of the baby. But we're not going to find out. And my appointment was on, my birthing center appointment was actually on April 16th. So that was dang near 2 weeks ago. The appointment before that, like I was going every 6 weeks. And now it's cool because my next appointment isn't for another 8 weeks. So now it's in 6 weeks. Almost 6 weeks. But anyway, they scheduled me from the day of my appointment. They scheduled me 8 weeks out. So instead of going every 6 weeks, I get to go in like 8 weeks. So I'm like, huh, of course that's that's awesome. So she's like, do you want to come in 6 weeks or 8? And I was like, who doesn't want to space it out? So the next time I go, I'll have my glucose screening. But I thought that was really cool that because a lot of times in the early stages of your pregnancy, when you're pretty early, they don't really do much. You just sit there and wait, and you may pee in a cup. They check your vitals and send you home. So I love the fact that, like, with the birthing center, you don't go unless it's honestly absolutely necessary. Like, you don't have, and plus we live like 45 minutes away from the birthing center, so the fact that I get to space it out is awesome, and I have more time to coordinate with John so that we can deal with both the kids and all that stuff. So my next appointment will be in almost 6 weeks, a little over 6 weeks, because my birthing center appointment was on April 16th, and it was perfect. The baby was I can't remember the baby's heart rate, but my vitals were good, and everything was the standard stuff that they normally check was awesome. And let's see, am I gonna have a doula this time around? I am not gonna have a doula this time around. We had a doula with Carson's birth, and we loved it. She was very helpful, but I'm not gonna say I don't feel like it's necessary, because if I were having a hospital birth, I would definitely have a doula, like no questions asked. But with the birthing center being that their mission pretty much aligns with all of our goals, everything that we want, then we're not gonna use a doula. So like I said, my doula was awesome. She was encouraging and helpful and all that stuff. But Carson's labor, I only saw my doula for 3 hours, because by the time we got to the birthing center, I labored at home with Carson for 3 hours, and then I labored at the birthing center for 3 hours, and she came. So her whole labor was 6 hours. I don't think it was a whole 6 hours. Her whole labor was like 5.5 to 6 hours. So the doula, she's pretty much like, oh, Emma, you're doing a good job, and oh, the baby's here, and oh, let me go get you something to eat and then go home. So I just had a lot of support, a lot of encouragement. And she was also definitely one of the supporters. But with the birthing center, they're already they're just so gung-ho and like, oh, you can do it, you're doing great, that I don't feel like we need a doula this time around. Like I said, if I were doing a hospital birth, then I would most likely, like, no questions asked, have a doula. But we're not gonna have a doula this time around. And plus Carson's labor was so quick, and if this baby's birth is so quick, then I wouldn't, not that I wouldn't need the doula, but the doula, like I said, with Carson, she was there for 2.5 hours. So we're not going to use the doula this time around. Placenta encapsulation. I have talked about it. I think I talked about it a few weeks ago. I have not looked into it yet. I do know the company still, and I might have to have some of y'all get on me about this, because I just keep forgetting to call them and check them out and all that stuff. So I actually have a referral. Someone's used them, and they speak highly of them. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to try to call them this week and get it scheduled. Or, I don't know what they're going to schedule, what they have to do, but I'm going to call them and talk to them about placenta encapsulation. And, okay, the van situation. I hope that may be the last thing I have on my list. I've been skipping around. But the van situation, we decided that we're going to wait to get the van. And let's see. Okay, so, oh God, where do I even start with this? Basically, every place we go, because I have a trade-in, and every place that I go, they don't want to give me even Kelly Blue Book value for my car, and that is not cool, because I'm not gonna just hop on something just to say that I'm not gonna get a van just because I want a van. With my car, like, we still owe on the car, and we don't owe very much on the car, but even what we owe on it is honestly about Kelly Blue Book value. But they're wanting to give us like half of every dealership we've ever been to in our area has wanted to give us like half of what we owe on it, and that's not cool. And basically, I think they see a family that comes in that has 2 kids and a pregnant wife, and they're thinking, okay, well, they really need a van. This can be an easy sale. But John and I just don't settle just because we want something. So I've been shopping around, and I've gotten a quote for my car that's close to Blue Book value what we actually owe on it, but I'm not gonna be in the negative. Like, if somebody's gonna take my car, they're gonna take it for exactly what I owe on it, and that's that. So John decided that we will keep my car, and that we will keep obviously his car, but that I will get a van maybe in December or January, and that way I'll have my car paid down a little more. And then he wants to keep my car because he has a Dodge Challenger, and he drives a Challenger back and forth to work every day. He puts a lot of miles on it, so he wants to keep my car as a work car also, so that we can alternate, so that he doesn't have to put so many miles on his brand new car. So he wants to keep my car, obviously keep his car, and then get a van. But we'll have 3 car payments at one time, but it won't be for very long. You know, we'll have my car paid off, and then we'll only have the van and his car to pay on. So that's pretty logical to me. So I went ahead and bit the bullet and said whatever, because I'm tired of looking for vans anyway. And so we decided that we're going to do until, because like by the time when I get the van, the baby will be like, what, 4 or 5 months, not even. So it's not going to be too long after the baby's born that we're going to get the van. So we decided that we're going to get 3 Diona Radians. I don't know, I mean, some of you are probably familiar with the car seats, but we're going to get 3 Dionos, and they're like the really slender car seats that can like fold in half and everything. We're going to get 3 of those, and they're specifically made to fit like 3 side by side in like a car, because I mean, a lot of people can't go buy a new van just because they have 3 kids, you know. So I guess it's made for people that, or people like us, that are just going to wait to get a van. So, you know, not everybody just because they have 3 kids are going to go automatically get a van. So the Diona is perfect for people like that, and obviously for our situation, because we're going to wait to get ours. So they're 3 cylinder car seats that fit perfectly in the back of a car, or in the, you know, in the back of a car, whatever. So we decided to get 3 Diona Radians, and they're a little pricey, but I figured, hey, you know, we could just do that, and then, you know, we'll opt to do that instead of get the van right away, and then be in the negatives with my car, because like I said, I'm not about to trade my car in and then have negative equity. So that's the van situation. So we're gonna get 3 Diona Radians and put them side by side, and that's honestly what we're gonna do before I got on my whole van kick anyway, because as soon as I got pregnant, I was like, oh, I guess we're getting 3 Radians and put them side by side. And then I was like, I really want a van. So I guess I'll have the best of both worlds. I'll have my 3 new car seats, and I will have a van in a few months. So that's the deal with that. And I think that's pretty logical in that way. Like I said, John can stop putting so many miles on his Challenger, and he can just use my car as like a work car. So that's cool. So that's that. And I think the last thing is Registry. And I said I wasn't going to do a registry, y'all. And it's funny because I was like, I'm not going to do a registry. I need to do a registry, blah, blah. And then I went, you know, on different websites and looked around and everything. And mind y'all, I haven't done baby shopping because we didn't do a registry with Carson. Obviously, we did one with Kane because he was our first child. But we didn't do a registry, or not registry, but we haven't pretty much baby shopped, like legit baby shopped, since 2009. So I go on these different websites, and I'm like, hey, baby stuff is cool now. Like, there's so much stuff that's come out since obviously 2009, and, you know, definitely since Carson's been born almost 2 years old, a year and a half ago. So I made like a little registry, and it's pretty much like our little checklist. So yeah, I know I said I wasn't gonna make one, but like I said, y'all, I'm eating those words, because I went online. I was like, oh my god, there's so much cute stuff. So I mean, I don't have a ton of stuff on it, but it's like our necessities, and it's definitely stuff that, you know, that we'll definitely use, and that either we don't have, or that we have, but it's like old and raggedy from when Kane was a baby. So so we're really excited that made it feel so much more real to like be doing a registry and stuff, because I feel pregnant, but it's kind of like, okay, I'm pregnant, whatever. Like, I feel a baby kick, but I honestly don't think I'll believe that I'm really pregnant until I go into labor and I see the baby, because I don't know, it's just really hard for me to comprehend right now. And not that I don't bond with the baby already, like I already love the baby, but I'm just like, oh my god, I'm pregnant. So like, I always stop John, like John just be like rubbing my belly or stuff. I'm like, John, there's a baby in there, like this is for real. And he's like, Emerald, you're 18 weeks pregnant. Are you just like, you're really realizing you're pregnant right now? So anyway, we're doing like, you know, just, we're already like preparing for baby, and it's crazy. We, you know, got our little registry made, and you know, we're ordering the car seats soon. We're not going to order, because those car seats are going to be like almost $700, y'all. So we're going to order them, you know, order one and then another, and that kind of thing. We're not going to drop $700 on car seats. That's kind of crazy. So or at once anyway. So we'll have everything by September, obviously. So we're really excited, and I think that'll probably make it feel a lot more real too when I do some more baby shopping. But oh yeah, and I bought an Ergo. Also, that's my first baby buy. I forgot to bring it in here. But I bought an Ergo last week. And if you saw my Day in the Life video, then you already saw it. It was like the little zebra print Ergo. And I'll probably put a picture of it. If not, then you can look back at the video from the other day, the Day in the Life. But that really made it feel really real, because that was the first baby buy. Like, I just didn't even, you know, I haven't bought any baby things. Like, I look around at baby stuff. But like I said, we don't have very much to buy. So it's kind of like, you know, I'll glance in Target or something and say, okay, whatever. So, but buying the Ergo really made it like just really real. So we're getting excited. I'm already getting anxious, not to find out what the baby is, but I'm anxious to like get the house in order, and I'm already nesting and all that stuff. So okay, y'all, this is like the most rambly vlog ever. So let me show you this belly, and then that's it. Okay, hopefully you can see it. and it is huge. Oh, my nail just broke. Okay, so here's the belly. 18 weeks, 4 days with the shirt on. And I got all these layers on. I got all these maternity jeans. So, my linea negra is definitely, I don't know if you can even see it well, but it's definitely getting darker. So, here's the belly. Rice baby number 3 is getting nice and big. My belly's still hairy, but that's with all my pregnancies. And my stretch marks, I don't think they're getting any darker. They're more visible because my stomach is more stretched out, but I don't think they've gotten any darker yet. So, yeah, hopefully this is a good shot. I'm not sure. Okay, well, that's the belly. 18 weeks and 4 days. So, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. And today is Tuesday. Hopefully I'll get this up tonight. And then our anatomy scan, like I said, is on Thursday, so the day after tomorrow. So I will most likely do my 19-week pregnancy vlog on Friday. So, and we probably won't have much to update on. Hopefully it'll be all good news. And of course we won't be telling the sex of the baby because we won't know. So, alright y'all, that's it. Bye.